Hey. What's going on a bright Monday morning, at least here in the shop? It's your boy KQKC Boxing coming with another live stream. So, therefore, first, I gotta do my thing. I gotta crank up the volume, baby, so y'all can hear exactly what the hell I'm saying. All right? Now, check this out. Al Haymon, good, great promoter. I did a video yesterday stating about the zone. The suits or the white collars or pretty much the investors in the zone is not happy with Eddie Hearn. Why? We know why. Because as I mentioned on several different motherfucking occasions, this is not a stable of good fighters. It was like he went out and picked out many fighters that's not fighting anymore. Hell, some of them I thought was retired. I didn't know. But money talks and bullshit walks. Now, do loyalty trump money? You tell me. Now, I have to say, Al Haymon has been damn good to these fighters. Al Haymon, now, this hasn't been really broadcast, but as I mentioned several times, I have a great friend whose cousin is part of the TMT entourage. And first of all, I was right about Floyd Mayweather. He is pretty much a shitty promoter. I mean, hey, it is what it is. I'm sorry. Like I told you, this is a motherfucking new day. And I'm going to tell it like it is. And I'm not going to hold shit back. And I'm talking about my favorite fighter now. I got to keep making that clear. Because I grew up on Floyd Mayweather. The best defensive fighter I ever seen. Yeah, Pernell Whitaker, he was, but he did a lot of motherfucking ducking. But no. Not Floyd. Floyd, he did a little turnaround where his shoulder would be on your chest. So you couldn't hit him clean. Floyd never got hit clean that I know of. Now, you might throw a punch and bounce off his head, and that's about motherfucking it. But I'm not here to talk about Floyd. And while we on Floyd, they did a press conference over there in Japan, Tokyo, whatever the fuck it is. And I'm not going to even cover this. I'm not going to even do a video on this. And we're talking about one of my favorite fighters of all time. And he's very irrelevant to me at this point in my life, in this point in my stage of boxing. Yeah, he was the greatest in my era, I think. Clean fighter, never smoked, drank, or nothing. A lot of people say he beat women, but we ain't seen no pictures. No one has seen any pictures, especially on the night that it happened. Well, you know what Floyd did? Floyd was trying to be a gentleman. The bitch was high. And I don't blame him. If the mother of my kids, which I am divorced, but we have a good relationship. But if she coming around my kids high as hell, bye. and you don't want to leave, I will help you leave. Now, Floyd does have plenty of money. He should have a bodyguard on call. He live in a gated community. Call security. Look, get this bitch out of here. She high and she around my kids. You know. And I doubt if he hit her. Maybe restrain her, yes. But hit her, no. So, this is what it's gonna be. Floyd Mayweather will be fighting a 21-year-old, if I'm not mistaken, over in Tokyo, and he'll fill the seats. Yes, he will. And you know, I think America is tired of his ass, so that's why he's going over there and go get some new dollars. Because over here, we tired of him. He have a stable of fighters that's sitting around playing checkers. Then they might get in there and act a fool, no fundamentals, beat on canvas, and let them just go at it without any supervision. What's going on, Underrated Darkness, brother? Hey, good morning to you, my brother, too. Oh, I didn't make a comment last night, but hey, I appreciate what you're doing, man. All right? Nice live stream you did last night. All right? Now, we got to support each other, brothers and sisters. You know, that's what I like about Underrated Darkness. See, motherfuckers don't know. I be watching, you know, and Underrated Darkness, the brother's deep. You know, I'm not trying to jump off a script, which I have a habit, but the brother's deep. You know, and you gotta appreciate that shit. You know, I mean, sure, we have boxing channels. Sure, we interested in boxing channels, but it's more to it than that. You know, I like a person that can multitask like Underrated Darkness. You know, and he'll give it to you straight. You know, Keith Thurman, he think he know philosophy. He think he know about the yin and the yang and all that other shit. Listen to Underrated Darkness. Get a chance, man, go check out his channel. You like it, subscribe to it. And hit that like button for that brother, because he deserves it. So, salute to the Underrated Darkness. So, but as I was mentioning, Al Haymon has treated these fighters with the utmost respect. You know, it's very hard to put fights together. Now, the easy fight is to put together is when both fighters agree and move on to the next one and agree. Talk about the purse and agree. Then you get to a fight. But most, either one of the parties want more money than the other one. I mean, you have assholes that let me say something real fast. Underrated Darkness, you know I get you a wrench too, brother. I appreciate that, brother. You're doing a great job yourself. Want to talk about boxing one day on your channel and mine too. Talk about cancer too. Oh man, I appreciate that, man. Yes, sir. Man, my email is in the description box. Name the time and the place. Man, I'm there. You know, because you know, one of the brothers from the LDBC said, hey, I just got to get my name out there, man. You know, I got to do shit like that. And I appreciate it. Goodfella TV Sports, shout out to him. He gave me a chance to co-host with him one day. So, and I enjoyed it. You know, that was my first time, so, you know, a little nervous, but it worked out okay. But I appreciate that, brother. And hey, no doubt about it. I'm there anytime you need me. All right? And that goes for anybody. You know, hey, if they want to speak about boxing or speak about cancer, which is killing us like a motherfucker, and we as men I know we don't like to go to the doctor. You know, we all know that. But we have to have some prostate exams, man. You know, we need to save our lives. You know. So, but and it's getting back to Al Haymon. Al Haymon. Well, let me back up a little bit. Al Haymon has done a lot for the stable of fighters he has, which is the largest stable here in the United States. Now, Eddie Hearn just took a lashing from the zone higher ups. They said, no, 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 no. This is not what we planned. We didn't plan on having B and C level fighters. And I know who he's talking about. You know, he's not talking about Anthony Joshua and Canelo. Now, this is Eddie Hearn, quote, and motherfucker, unquote. He said that if the zone was patient enough, Canelo would not be making that type of money. And that's the bottom line. And that money is not basically guaranteed. I didn't know that. What I heard was it was guaranteed. But a source told me that that money is not guaranteed. And Fred, from Barbershop Conversation, he let it slip yesterday. He said Canelo's not going to see all that money. The contract stipulates that under production, he got to produce in order to get that money, or the zone has to produce to get that money. And so far, the zone has been flopping. You having a fight in Kansas City. You know, there's no boxing fans there. As I mentioned, like Chicago, no boxing fans there. Yeah, they fought in Madison Square Garden with HBO, but think about it. Even Jim Lampley had to say, we're not in the big room where they have boxing at. We're in the basement of the Madison Square Garden. You know, and plus, that wasn't Eddie Hearn dealing. That was Golden Boy and HBO. That was their last performance. They had to honor that contract. So Eddie Hearn had nothing to do with this shit, really. So, you know, he could scratch that. So DAZN told him to go back and make a bigger offer. Now, I can see Keith Thurman, maybe. And I don't trust Overbite Sean Porter. I do not trust his ass 1 second. He would jump on the money because he always, and a lot of people don't know this, he always had envied Floyd Mayweather because of the dollar amount he made, the $1 billion he made. He actually went far as to say, why is Floyd Mayweather picture is still up in the MGM Grand? Why? Because he fought all his fighters there. He made MGM Grand Garden Arena more money than they'll ever see as long as they're open for business. Unless somebody else come along and do the same shit, which I doubt. Now, this is a new day. We got new fighters, young fighters. But which fighter will learn how to learn the business side of boxing, understand the contracts, forget about the dollar amount, forget about the signing bonus? Let's talk about my future. You know, that's a good promotional company. If you don't have the brains and the know-how to start your own promotion company. Now, me personally, if I was in a position as a great fighter and everybody want to fight me, everybody want to test me, I'm a 4-division winner, you know, even 5-division winner, whatever, I would say, fuck it. I'm going to promote my own self. Because the fight's going to be there. Only thing in negotiating is the venue and the purse. And you know you're going to get the most money. I mean, it's not hard. Frank Warren, the number 2 promoter in the UK, has said, and I quote and motherfucking unquote, he said it's not hard to promote someone like Anthony Joshua because it's going to take care of itself. That's why Floyd Mayweather promoted himself. Al Haymon bought out Top Rank, and boom, there it was. And you know what? When he went pay-per-view, he didn't get the front end. He got the back end and the middle and his purse. When he fought Manny Pacquiao, Manny Pacquiao got the boss, and we know who that is, Crooked Bar Aaron. And you know what type of contract he was under. Now, sorry to say this, but Manny Pacquiao, it's just too late for him. I mean, sure, he did the right thing. You know, he got about 3-4 fights left. You know, might as well go on and do it with Al Haymon. And then you make some more money, more than you would make with Bar Aaron. The much as Pacquiao done for Top Rank, they should have a belt with his face on it because he made Bar Aaron. Now, hell, he built Bar Aaron another match. Let me put it that way. And Pacquiao was just happy to fight. He was just happy to be in the U.S. He's just happy to beat the welterweights until he got knocked the fuck out by Marquez. It's something about a fighter. Once they lose that or once they get knocked out, then it changed their whole dynamic. That mental issue steps in. And that mental issue fucks them up every time. I mean, thanks, Underrated Darkness. Hey, yes, sir. There is facts, brother. You know, a mental issue. People don't understand. That is some dangerous shit. You know, when you put your mind somewhere else and you replay what happened to you in a negative way, then you step inside that ring and you're not focused, you're going to get your head taken off. Or you're going to perform under your normal performance. I mean, that's real. Look at Adrian Broner. They took that motherfucker's soul, Marcos Madonna. He put his ass in a body bag. Then you know what? Mikey Garcia put him in another body bag. Then Jesse Vargas put him halfway in a body bag. How can a high name, a highly skilled fighter like Adrian Broner come up with a draw with someone like Jesse Vargas? Jesse Vargas got his name off of Manny Pacquiao. Why? Because he fought. Did he deserve it? I don't know. But I believe in every prospect, contender, I'm going to start covering them come the first of the year. They deserve some coverage too. And I hope Al Haymon will try to do the same. Now, Eddie Hearn tried to do the same thing, but now he want to give you a whole card list of prospects and contenders and people that's turning pro. The fighter that's fighting in Kansas City. Well, this is his first time being pro. This is his first pro fight. The Zone do not like that shit. The Zone do not like what they see. What they see is Eddie Hearn cannot get into a major arena. He cannot. Not here in the United States. He's not going to get in Vegas. If he do, it's going to be Vegas showroom somewhere where girls are dancing on the side and they fighting on the other side. He's not going to get into the Barclay in New York. The closest he can get to there is the basement of the Madison Square Garden like he did. And it's funny. Danny Jacobs saw that money. And I thought Danny Jacobs had a better head on his shoulder. I'm going to read this real fast. Underrated Darkness. If AB let his hands go, he can win. If not, Pac win simple. You're right. That is Adrian Broner's whole problem. Hands down. He just won't let his hands go. I mean, they begged and pleaded with him with the Mikey Garcia fight. Mikey Garcia started walking his ass down with his hands down. Only a fighter that's confident that their opponent is not going to throw will do some shit like that. Because when you let your hands down and you start kind of showboating whatever, either the punches is not going to get thrown or they don't hurt you. Because ain't nobody going to take a risk of getting knocked the fuck out. I'm sorry. They're not. And Mikey Garcia had him figured out. He was scared to throw hands. I don't know. He's one of those fighters that freeze when you throw at him. I mean, you have to throw combinations at Adrian Broner, and he freezes up. But he wasn't throwing any punches to Adrian Broner, and he still froze. Now, if you're gonna do some ring generalship, okay, I'm all for that. Give that fighter a couple points. Let the judges look at that ring generalship. I don't like it when they do the ring generalship, but when you're moving, just like Robert used to dream when he fought Mike. He was moving. He kept moving to his left. Why? I don't know. Because he's running right into the straight right. But what I'm saying is, every time he moves, even Coach Cunningham, he couldn't get a word in because his father kept being fucking in the way. But he would not throw. You can move all day long, but if you ain't throwing your hands, you ain't doing shit. That's called skill. You have to learn how to fight on the back foot. What's up, Marcus, man? I hope you get your wrench, man. If you don't get them, I'll try it again and give it to you. I don't see your wrench on there. But you deserve it, brother. You do. And good morning to you. And I hope AB shocks Pacquiao and gets that Floyd fight. You know what? That'd be a great fight. Because AB always stated, I beat Floyd ass. And you know what? He might do. He might will. But the way he been fighting, and I'm going to see how he looked against Pacquiao. That's one thing about AB. He talked that shit. He aggravated, but he put asses in the seats. I have to give it to him. But now Floyd is talking about going over to Japan to fight. You know what? I might want to say this and get this over with. Floyd, I told you, he was my idol. Actually, I still analyze what he done in the ring. And outside the ring, I'm just about fed up with his ass. He have a whole stable. I don't know how many fighters, but of fighters over there just waiting to learn how to improve their craft. They sit around playing checkers. Or they might throw on a hair gear or whatever and start beating on the canvas. And all they doing is street fight. No techniques, no fundamentals. And Floyd will be good at that. I'm telling you. KQKC, I told you, I'm not going to lie about no shit. I'm not going to be biased by it. I could be biased with Floyd. Because Floyd is one of my idols. But I'm not. Because sometimes the truth hurts, but it has to be told. And he'll make a better trainer than a promoter. You can go ahead and go off in the sunset and promote your shit over in Japan, whatever. And just forget about the fighter. Just give him to Al Haymon. Al Haymon finds some trainers to work with him. And Leonard Ellaby, he just your flunky because he been with you for so many years. That's all. I believe Gideon Love. I believe Badu Jack. I believe Tank Davis, if he keep his ass out of trouble and out of Baltimore, those can be great fighters. Those were championship fighters. Hands off to Tabiti. He's in the Boxing World Super Series. You know, I mean, he's not doing what he's supposed to do. He's a promoter that no one never sees. Why? Because he's going around promoting himself. I'm tired of Floyd Mayweather. I'm not going to cover this so-called fighting this 21-year-old kickboxer in Japan. They had a press conference over in Japan about it yesterday. You know, I don't know if he just loved money so much because he don't need money. He can live a nice, comfortable life. But he don't want to do that because he's a clout chaser. He's a person that got to stand out all the time. Now, Underrated Darkness said these fighters today, they don't know fundamentals and refuse to work on them. How to roll away the punches, set up defensive traps. You have more opportunities of punching angles. You're right, Underrated Darkness. You know, you're right on that. A lot of these fighters, first of all, when someone bring a fight to them, this is how it goes. How much I'm gonna get paid? That's that's the second fight. That's the second question they ask. The second question they ask is how much they're gonna get paid. The first one is who I'm fighting. Well, how much I'm gonna get paid. Then on after that, on down the line, if there's enough money, then they get into the particulars, rematch clause and all that stuff. That's a damn shame. What difference does it make? If it's a step up for you, take it. These fighters have to learn that the money will come. Now that the zone is pretty much pissed off at Eddie Hearn because he brought them B-level fighters, and they don't want that. They want the top names. And actually, they did mention Mikey Garcia and the Charlo brothers. They said them two together to start, just a start. Then the rest would trickle down. Well, we already heard from the Charlo brothers. We already heard what they said about the zone. So that's out. So they tell Eddie Hearn, go back, make a deeper offer. And that's right, Florida, he's all by himself. That's all he cares about. He throw his kids a credit card and tell them, this your limit, this and that. All right, bye. And that's it. Ain't no way 18-year-old should be driving a Phantom. I don't care who your mom and daddy is. You gotta still teach your kids responsibilities. I mean, I understand you're gonna live a different lifestyle because the money calls for that. But you gotta try to stay grounded and rooted the best way you can because of the money you have. So that's one thing I appreciated about Barack Obama. First black president, and he respected his family, spent time with them. His daughter's over there in Harvard now, doing great things. I think she made a music video with one of the people on the campus. Not no real, selling videos. Something to have fun with. And she's living her life just like a regular college student. Ain't nobody bombarding her or anything. She comes here to Chicago to Telepalooza, whatever that is. And she has a boyfriend. President Obama knows all about it. He's a Caucasian guy. And he smoke. And like President Obama said, hey, I smoke. A lot of people don't know that. I know it because my father knows him. We from Chicago together. And he tried to stop smoking before he took the White House. But as you notice, he chewed that nicotine gum. But he still take a smoke now and then, as he said. But that's her life, he said. She got to stay grounded. And that's what's going on today. These fighters are not staying grounded. I think Tank Davis could beat Loma. Davis got to grow up. Like you said, stay out of trouble. That is the only person that I feel that could beat Lomachenko. You're right. Because, see, Lomachenko, sure, he got great feet. He got great angles. So do Tank. Tank know how to brawl and box. And he's heavy-handed. So he's going to get caught. Now, I'm not talking about caught like Linares caught him. Tank could catch him and hurt him bad. Trust me. Don't let Tank get mad and frustrated. He lose control there. Then he try to take off your head any way he can. Fundamentals going out the window. That's the only thing I have to say about Tank. First of all, he need to get out of Baltimore. I know he grew up there. I know he's only 21, 22, whatever. I know he's still young. I know he still have friends. But sometimes your friends are your worst enemies. Sometimes your family members are your worst enemy. And that could be the best advice Floyd ever gave anybody. Floyd tried to get him to come down to Las Vegas, not only to train, but to stay out of trouble. But Gervonta Davis is the type that trouble will follow his ass. As long as he, hang around Adrian Broner. Now, I will tell you this. Bunny, he has a better head on his shoulder than anybody, except for Earl Spence. Sure, they said Earl Spence was drunk that night. If he was, so damn what? He's a young, great fighter. Oh, I'm sorry, Marcus. Marcus Johnson said Floyd has got to keep Tank busy because a guy like Tank that has issues outside the ring, he doesn't need too much idle time. And you know what? You're right. I said that too. I said, look, Tank is young. All right? And if he needs to fight at least twice a year, if not 3 times a year. So that would put him in training camp. Training camp is normally 8 weeks? So you got 24 weeks out of the year, in a fight, and you got to stay in shape. Now, I know fighters blow up in between fights because it's the salt. When they doing training camp, they lose a lot of salt through their sweat. And that's why you see a lot of people looking at packets of salt and stuff like that. And you're right. If he stay busy, stay focused, work on his craft, pretty much be a damn gym rat. Now, Devin Haney, he's even younger. But he's in the gym almost every day. He's the type of fighter where no one has to make him do this, make him do that, make him do this. He does it, just want to be the best. And I think he will be one of the best. He started his own promotion company. The youngest that ever started a promotion company. His head is in the right place, but I don't think the maturity is there yet. No, I don't. Floyd has set a trend on a couple of things. Being his own promoter, which Earl Spence, Mikey Garcia, is one. And the money aspect of fighting. Everybody want to get paid big dollars, millions of dollars. But, you have to earn it. So that's one thing Floyd haven't told you all. He earned every cent he made. 20 something years of fighting he made. He honored the big contract that Showtime gave him, which he got all that from the front end to the back end. But now you got fighters that still got O's but haven't done shit, like Demetri Andre. That's one motherfucker that messed up his prime. I mean, he was a boxing fool when he was younger. Now, Rock Nation offered him X amount of dollars when he found that Charlo was making more because Al Haymon looks out for his fighters. He got mad and drew out the fight. Not Charlo, but him. That's the whole beef, he had with them. And AB, they offered AB a nice chunk of change for 3 years. Way more than Demetri Andre. And you know what? Adrian Broner turned him down. You know what? Thank God he did. Because not too long after that, they folded. Went out of business. Same way with DAZN. Eddie Hearn made Adrian Broner a 3-year, $6 million deal. He laughed and called it slave wages. And you know what? I believe him. You know why? Because a lot of these fighters, they don't put down officially exactly what they make. I don't know, because of tax purposes, or he don't want the other promoters to know exactly what he's getting. So if they have to fight one of these fighters, then it will be a different story. So, but basically, it is what it is. And, money, that's going to come. But we got to see some good fights, man. And DAZN, they instructed Eddie Hearn to go out, get some high A-level fighters that have names. But you have to understand, like my title says, Al Haymon has done a lot for these fighters. A lot for these fighters. And these fighters, they appreciate it. Now, that I can say. Now, you do have some that say, well, fuck that, man. I'm going to take the motherfucking money. And, Al, he been good and this and that, but, man, but they don't understand. Al Haymon is not a promoter. He's an advisor. Did they read their contract? Did they take their contract to a lawyer? Sure. Get your money on at DAZN. But I tell you what, you still got to give me a piece of that money. Because I'm your advisor. I'm not your promoter. No matter who you with, you're going to have to give me some of that pie. Or you can stay here and we'll work some few things out. And on top of that, they have called Al Haymon in the middle of the night for help with a lot of things financially. And you know what? He been there for them. That's why I said Adrian Broner is never going to walk away from Al Haymon. Never. I don't know if he's in debt with him or what the problem may be. I don't know if he's jealous of Floyd Mayweather and Al Haymon's relationship. I don't know. But I tell you one thing, that's one minority that looks, observe, look at other people's mannerisms. I mean, he's doing his motherfucking thing. Hit the like button, brothers, if y'all like this conversation and where it's going. I really believe that the zone's going to outprice themselves. Now, this is KQKC personal motherfucking opinion. I'm going to tell you, the zone, they're going to outprice themselves so bad because they're in such a big hurry to do well here in the United States. A lot of people don't like apps. I mean, I like apps as far as on the Fire Stick. I like certain other things on the app streaming, but boxing, you just can't stream everything. And her did an interview. He said, "Oh, my kids don't watch TV. They stream, or they on their phone." No, 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 no. Motherfucker want to see a good movie, they want to watch on a big screen. They ain't gonna pull out no damn cell phone or tablet. If I want to watch a nice, good fight, I'm not gonna watch it on my cell phone or a tablet. I'm gonna watch it on my 53-inch TV that was on sale at Walmart. See, so he can say that shit for the birds and the bees. You can try to sell it all you want to, but so far it has been a flop, and that's a shame. A good fighter like Danny Jacobs, when he fought Silicki, great fighter when he was with Al Haymon. I mean, no problem whatsoever. With Peter Quillen, he just gave him some good fights. He made him the Miracle Man. So now he's over at the zone, and Eddie's making a fool out of a good fighter. And it's getting to the point now where they're desperate. Now, sure, they can take some more B-level fighters. I'm quite sure they're getting calls, as Eddie said. Yeah, they're getting calls, but not the right calls that they waiting on. Yeah, Mikey Garcia, he's very, very business oriented. By promoting his own self, he knows how to strategize. He knows what he can earn. He knows how big of the fight it would be. So I would love to keep the tally of the tickets or the pay-per-view buys for Deontay Wilder. Ooh, I would love to be keeping the tally, see how he be looking at round 3, 4, whatever, because if he do well, he'll make a statement. And that's all he need to do, make a statement, because they're going to weasel out. That's all. And look, I was going to do another video on this, but I got to say this. Oscar De La Hoya. Don't be surprised if he's going around Eddie Hearn's back and talking to the upper echelon zone white collar people. I believe that. That's one thing my father taught me. An alcoholic, a drug addict will do and say anything. No shame in their game. All their dignity went out the window. So, when, I don't know, maybe when he's in between England and the United States, I don't know. But one thing I do know, Oscar De La Hoya, he's not stupid. He's been promoting for a little while now. And I guarantee you, he will get Eddie pushed out. Then There you go. Golden Boy / Design. So he let him tell it. Now, I guarantee you, he's telling Design, hey, I can get you the fighters you need. I will get you the fighters you need. And what I'm talking about is the Charlo, Jerry Hurd, uh, uh, Mikey Garcia, Danny Garcia. All these are Al Haymon fighters. Now, it is a few under contract, but it's another thing. A lot of fighters and a lot of casual fight fans, they think Al Haymon fighters are contractual, got a contract with Showtime, and they don't. They are showing loyalty to Showtime up to this point. And what tomorrow holds, I don't know. What today holds, I don't know. All I know is money talks and the bullshit walks. But are you so loyal to Al Haymon that you will say no to that money? And I know Leo Santa Cruz is going to say no, because he looked at Al Haymon like a stepfather, a black one at that. He never lied to Leo Santa Cruz about anything. So I support Leo Santa Cruz because he stand firm with, he stand really firm with Al Haymon. Now, Floyd Mayweather, we know he gonna stand right there with Al. So, but with that, any questions, man? What's up, Sheldon Holmes, man? Good morning, guys. Okay. Man, good morning, Sheldon, man. I'm glad you was able to pop in, brother. We just talking about how money talks and the bullshit walks. And will Al Haymon, A-level fighters, and what I call A-listers, like the Hollywood, and these are my somewhat A-listers. Keith Thurman. Yeah, he's coming back. No, hey, you never know. He might come back better than ever. And Sean Porter, Buck T. Porter, Overbite Porter. Now, then you got Terence Crawford, Earl Spence, and Sean Porter. Big names, Leo Santa Cruz. Big names. How come he can't sign none of that? I mean, it just mind boggles me that they're dedicated to Al. And I'm gonna tell you something. It's not just because Al is a good businessman. It's because Al Haymon knows the in and out of producing. He been producing music for a while, and he been producing boxing for a while. So, with that, we gotta think about it, But I'm guaranteed if they can get Keith Thurman and I would say Sean Porter, plus K Diddy, Kenny Porter, he will take all his son's money. I know he would, man. No doubt about it. So, therefore, is another thing I want to touch on. Father and son trainers. Father and son trainers. Son work out great. Some don't. You know, kudos to Roger Mayweather and Floyd Mayweather. They was nephew and uncle. They replaced Floyd Sr. due to slight illness, which turned out to be something else. So I'm not going to get into that, but he was a great man. He is a great man and a great trainer. But he let his father step in the training. You know, and of course Floyd is going to be Floyd, and he always tell him, look, man, always, always, do not. I really repeat this. Always, do not repeat yourself and how you fight into another fighter, because you pretty much giving away your game plan. Like Billy Joe Saunders, when he fought Chris Eubanks told Billy Joe Saunders, which I thought was a bunch of bullshit, at the press conference, that he did not show up most of the time for. I'm talking about the Eubanks. And that's a father and son team. But to me, it's more of a father team than anything. I wouldn't call it the Eubanks team, because the coach, the trainer of Chris Eubanks can't get a word in without his father talking shit. And I never seen a wannabe as cooning and buffooning just like Eubanks Sr. He is walking with a monocle. He's walking with a fancy chain. He looked like one of the pimps out of the 70s. He reminded me of Goldie with all that hair. So, but anyway, I'm not going to hold you long, because there's a few things I have to do this morning. But I'm glad people that did show up to listen to me, and like I say, anytime you would like for me to be a guest, you underrated particularly, I'm willing to support your channel, because I'm willing to support anybody's channel. And always remember this, brothers and sisters. Just because someone leaves you a comment, a nasty comment, because they left me one yesterday. They left me a couple of nasty comments. You know what I do? I kill them with kindness. They hate that shit. Did you just hear what I said? You don't know what the fuck you talking about. Eddie Hearn is the best thing that happened to London and whatever. No, he is not. Okay? The best thing that happened to you all was that beautiful queen of yours, Princess Diana. Not the queen, princess. That's the best thing that ever happened to your dumb asses. So, but for the life of me, I just can't understand why they don't believe shit that we's telling them. Everybody's telling them. I just don't understand it. They won't believe shit until it bites them in the ass. And that's coming real soon. So, stay tuned for a video I will be uploading. But I'm going to end it there. I just want your take on Al Haymon. Will he lose his fighter to DAZN? Because DAZN instructor Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn ain't nothing but a gopher. That's all. He's a high level gopher. Okay? Now, we got that out the way. I want everyone to support Deontay Wilder. Sure, I can stream it. No problem whatsoever. And I'm quite sure you all too. But I really would like to pay for this pay-per-view. Do it the right way. Do it the way you've been doing it. Because I really believe he deserves it. You know, he been so wrong. I mean, he had been done so wrong all this year. I mean, we talking about a motherfucker that was on a plane going to Russia and had to turn around and go back. Why? Because a nigga want to get high. That's why. They're going to tell me Deontay Wilder don't fight abroad. Yes, he does. Yes, he will. He was coming over there to London and accepted the $12 million. But it was a bluff. But they didn't know that Deontay Wilder was going to call him on that bluff. And that's what they did. They weaseled their way out of that. Then why is that so hard? Why is it so hard for the UK people to really understand that shit? You know, I did a piece on StubHub. And StubHub, let me get this straight. StubHub is not the StubHub that they have the great boxing at, where Sean Porter lost his championship belt to Kell Brook. So, therefore, let's vote. Let's vote for Deontay Wilder. You know, I mean, let's have his back. Let's get on pay-per-view and crash that bitch. That's right. So, therefore, Deontay Wilder, I understand big time about the managerial and this and that. But you have to understand, Bud Crawford, he doesn't have all this money that everyone's talking about. Ain't nothing promised for tomorrow. Nothing. Nada. Ain't nothing promised for tomorrow. So, therefore, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and get to where I'm going, and I apologize for being a little late this morning, and KQKC, ain't nothing going on right now except for Floyd Mayweather deal that he can give himself and everybody else except his own state. And what makes it so bad, they can't go around it because they don't have nobody to have that type of money. You know, just fair and simple. That's all. Just fair and simple. So, but anyway, I'm KQKC Boxing Channel. Now, if you like the content of this video, I can use your subscription, and you can help keep some family alive today. So, with that, that's all I have for you this morning. I'm KQKC Boxing Channel. I'm glad you liked the Underrated Darkness. Man, check me out. In the description box, you will have my email address. You will have my Gmail address. And also, you will have my telephone number. So, and I will give you my real name and everything. And hey, we can get it popping, man. You know, like I say, I'm only at 153 subs, but of course, I have a long ways to hit that 1,000 mark. But I'm going to do it. You know, I had a lot of encouragement from people like you, Unrated Darkness, the LDBC. I mean, they've been reaching out like, man, I'm like, well, I'm hearing from you, and just a lot of other little tidbits and tricks of the trade and this and that. But one thing I won't do, and I'm honest about this. What's up, Shelter Home? Salute, my brother. Um, that's from Unrated Darkness. But one thing I won't do, I will not sell my damn channel out. Maybe that's what they want. I don't know. But YouTube is not going to fall in that trap. I guarantee you that. So, keep in mind, I'm not new to this boxing shit. I'm just true to this boxing shit. So, without that, I don't have nothing else to maybe another hour or so. And, of course, like always, anyone have anything to say? Anything to say? Any questions to ask? That's what I'm here for. Like I say, I'm fair and balanced, and I'm going to tell it like it is. It's no problem. I always like to talk boxing on a Saturday, with my son. He's only 15, but I don't know if he want to box or what. But besides that, hey, I'm out of here. Breakfast time. And like I say, we here in the Midwest, and it's 8:35. Peace and love. Y'all take care. And I hope you all enjoyed that video. All right. Peace.